Now we're going to look at number 14 on page 8, and it's called rhythm time. In rhythm time, we have a new type of note. It looks like the half note except the note is colored in, and we call this a quarter note. The quarter note gets one count, so that means we would strike the bar for every one of the beats that the quarter notes are on, and it would cover every beat. We'll go over this as we go through our clap and count. So if I clap and count the first two measures of 14, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I'm still pulsing the rests, and I'm clapping on every beat because the quarter notes are coming on every beat. So clap and count that with me for number 14. Here we go. 1, 2, begin now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm pulsing every one of those rests so we can still feel the beat during the silence. But you notice my hands aren't making any sound because we don't make any sound on rest. Those are just beats of silence. Now that we've clapped and counted 14, we're going to play this using the note D that it tells us in the little yellow box. So I'll start in the metronome and we'll play this together. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Rest, rest, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Rest. 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Rest, rest, rest. We're now looking at number 15, rising rhythms. So let's finger through these notes before we start to play. The first two measures, we have Ds. We have 5 quarter note Ds and 3 quarter rests. The third and fourth measure, we have 5 E flats and 3 quarter rests. The fifth and sixth measures, we have 5 Fs, a quarter rest followed by another F, followed by a quarter rest. And in the last two measures, we have 5 Ds followed by 3 quarter rests. So let's go through that. We'll play through that. You can finger with me or play with me. You can rewind back and repeat it both ways. Here we go. 1, 2, begin now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You notice I'm pulsing the rest so we can feel where that beat is the whole time. And now let's look at number 16, stepping stones. Since these notes are starting to move around, we're going to take this in smaller bites. So let's look at the first two measures. So let's finger those together. We have E flat, D, D, E flat. Then a quarter rest and a half rest. So let's do that in rhythm together. Ready? 1, 2, first two measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that we're alternating sticks. We're not using the same stick for mallet for each note. Look at the third and fourth measures. We have E flat, F, F, and a whole note E flat. Let's do that in rhythm. Ready? 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the fifth and sixth measures, we have E flat, D, E flat, D, E flat, quarter rest and half rest. Let's do that in rhythm. Ready? Now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest, rest, rest. And our last two measures, finger with me, E flat, F, E flat, D, E flat, E flat, E flat. Let's do that in rhythm. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, off. Now that we've put this in small parts, now we can go all the way through. You can either play along or finger and count, finger and say the note names, that is, and then go back, replay the video and play along. So here we go with the metronome. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Quarter rest, half rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole note gets 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Quarter rest, half rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, half note, off. Okay, now let's look at number 17, rain, rain. So we're going to finger through these notes. We're going to do this in 4 measures segments. So let's finger the first 4 measures together. Our first note is F, then D, then 2 Fs, then a D, F, F, D, E flat, F, F, D. Let's do that in rhythm now. Ready? 1, 2, ready, begin. F, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can keep repeating that until you're used to moving your hands from one to the other. So now let's look at the last 4 measures. Let's finger those notes. We have an F half note, then a D half note, an F quarter note with a quarter rest, a D quarter note followed by a quarter rest, then F, F, D, E flat, then a quarter rest, then F, then a D half note. So let's do those last 4 measures in rhythm. Here we go. 1, 2, begin now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, off. So now that we've taken it in smaller parts, let's take the whole exercise. Here we go. 1, 2, begin now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Off. And you can repeat this as many times as you need to get where you're moving easily from bar to bar. Okay, now we're looking at number 18 in a minor mood. If we look at the second measure of this, we have a new note. This note is below the staff, 1 line below on the ledger line, and it's called C. If we find our D that we learned earlier and move 1 bar to the left, that is C. C comes right before the 2 bars together on the keyboard. So let's say and finger this in 4 measure sections. So let's look at the first 4 measures. Our first note is on the bottom line, E flat, then a space below the staff, D, then our ledger line, C. Then the third measure, we have E flat, D, D, and a C half note followed by a half rest. So let's play that in rhythm now. Ready? 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's C. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C. 2, half rest. Okay, let's look at the last 4 measures. We'll finger these as well. we look at measure 5. The first note is our new note C, then D, then E flat, then F, then E flat with a quarter rest, D with a quarter rest, and a C whole note, our new note again. So play that with me in rhythm. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, rest. 3, rest. Whole notes get 4 counts off. All right, now let's go through the whole piece. I'll start the metronome. We can go through the whole song. Here we go. 2, play now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, half rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. Now we're looking at number 19, hot cross buns. And in number 19, we also have a new note in the second measure. So we had our C, and where the 3 bars are together, the one to the right is B flat. That's our new note. It's a line and a space below the staff. So if we go over this in 4 measure sections, it would be like this. We have a D, then our other new note C, then the note now B flat, then D again, C, and a B flat half note followed by half rest. So let's do that in rhythm. So we have ready, begin, D, 2, C, 4, B flat, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, C, 4, B flat, 2, half, rest. Now let's look at 5, 6, 7, and 8. Measure 5, we have 4 B flats in a row. They only have to mark that flat sign one time because it's good for the whole measure. So we have B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat. In measure 6, we have 4 C's, C, 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 C. Measure 7, a D followed by a quarter rest, C followed by a quarter rest, and a B flat whole note. So let's do that in rhythm. This is measure 5 through 8. 1, 2, begin now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole notes get 4 counts off. All right, you keep working through these 4 measure bites until you can move easily from note to note without having to stare at the keyboard. Now we can put it all together. So we're going to play this all the way through. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole notes get 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, half, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, rest. 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. Notice when we play these quarter notes, I'm doing one stick after the other. I'm not repeating the stick. We want to always alternate our sticks. This is line 20. Go tell Aunt Rhody. We're going to again take this in 4 measure sections and pick out our notes. So let's finger along with me. Let's find the notes. We start off with D, D, C, B flat, a ledger line and a space below the staff, a rest, then another B flat. It's still B flat even though there's not a flat sign next to it because that flat lasts the whole measure. Then C, half note, then C, E flat, D, C, B flat. So let's do that in rhythm. Ready? 2, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, rest. 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's look at the last four measures. Measure 5, the first note is F. Go ahead and touch F. And then F, E flat, D, followed by a rest. Then D, D, C, E flat, D, C, B flat, followed by a half rest. So let's do that together. Ready? 1, 2, fifth to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, half rest. Now that we've worked on it in parts, and you can go over this as many times as necessary, now let's do the whole thing with the metronome. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest. 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, half rest.